Next up on our CVC Winter Sports Media Day Tour is the Crestwood girls basketball team. Head coach TJ Henderson. Coach, thanks for being here. Why don't you just give us a quick overview? You returned 5 all-conference kids from last year in a very tough division that the Valley Division turned out to be last year, very competitive. But what have you seen so far, and how optimistic are you for this season?
Actually, I'm super excited this year. So of those 5 returning um, players, we actually have a 6 that unfortunately, due to injury, wasn't able to finish the year. So returning a ton of experience. So it's going to be really exciting to sort of see how we can take that experience, support it with a lot of young talent, and continue to grow and come together and really take advantage of some of the things we can do this year.
I know just talking to Kirtland to kick off the Media Day Tour, they return 4 all-conference kids. They've got a senior-laden squad as well. I know Berkshire returns quite a bit. So that division, again, is going to be very competitive. Cardinal's going to be much improved, bringing back everybody. How do you get these girls ready to compete, not just in your non-conference games, but in the conference, just to make that all those preparations for the postseason?
I think right now we're focused more on just, the little things, the basics, focusing on, you know, little things we can just improve on what we've worked on in the past. Simple as boxing out, moving the basketball quicker, reading plays faster. Um, Not really going to try to do anything too crazy fancy, just really perfect what we do. Hopefully, we can, with the number of girls we'll have this year, if we can stay healthy, really focus on, playing fast, getting up and down the floor, putting a lot of pressure on other teams and sort of trying to make them play to our style of basketball.
All right, Coach, I'll come back to you after I talk with the girls. Let's start all the way to my right. That'll be your left. So for the folks at home, just introduce yourself, name, grade, and position.
Um, Hannah Ward. I'm a senior, and I'm like a shooting guard, but I can play all around.
All right, so Hannah, you come in. You're one of those first team all conference players from last year. So a lot of coaches going to lean on you quite a bit this year, being as experienced and talented as you are. How ready are you for that challenge?
I'm very ready. I mean, 4 years of varsity experience have prepared me for this moment, so I'm pretty ready.
Not that you haven't been a leader coming in, but now you're that senior leader. What have you done to kind of help the other girls on the team find their way and understand what they're supposed to do in their roles?
In the summer, it helped a lot playing together, so everyone's kind of knew somewhat of their role starting then. So coming into the season, just playing together and figuring out where we all belong and where everyone works best has been helpful.
I can't imagine with all the returning starters that you have coming back and all the girls with that varsity experience. I can't imagine there are too many differences compared to this year's team compared to last year. How different is this squad though? Is it just more confident, or are there some changes that you've made?
Well, there's a lot more experience this year, and people had a lot of opportunity last year with injuries to like prove themselves and get experience. So we definitely have a lot stronger of a team coming in this year all around.
What kind of goals do you have for the team and yourself this year?
For the team, win the CVC and then make a really far postseason run. We did a good job of that last year, being down in numbers. So I think we could go even further this year. And then we were 14-11 last year, so it's an all right record, but I think we could do better. And then for myself, I'd say be in the 1,000 point club. Um, just I don't know, fulfill my role as a leader, do better than I did last year.
Outstanding. All right. Well, good luck to you. Let's go to your right. Name, grade, and position.
Abby Guyette, a senior, and I'm a point guard.
All right. So coming in with so much experience returning, so many starters, so much talent, how optimistic are you that this season's going to be pretty special?
Um, well, I'm really confident because this year in general, we've had a lot of seniors in sports. And so we have 6 seniors this year. So that's a lot of experience right there. And then, like she said, there were a lot of girls that played last year. and had to step up with injuries.
What's it going to take for this team to achieve all those goals that your teammate just mentioned?
Working together and then staying healthy is the main thing.
Obviously, you have a great scorer next to you. You have some other girls that can put the ball into hoop. So scoring isn't really going to be an issue. Talk a little bit about the defense. How is that unit coming along?
We have a lot of fast players, so defense is going to come pretty easily to us. We just need to work on communication a lot and covering help side. That's where we're going to need to work on the most.
Every team has an identity, and sometimes that identity can change from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. But heading into the season right now, where is this team? What would you say this team's identity is? Are you an offensive team, a defensive team? What do you like to do as a team? How would you describe your team at this point?
I don't know. I'd say defensively, maybe more, because we have a lot of players that can play defense pretty well, but I don't know.
And then just that's all right. And then just looking at how competitive the division was last year, with 5 out of 6 teams being 5-5 or better. How does that help the team, just knowing that every time you go into a game, a conference game, you're going to be in for a battle?
It's going to be a fun season for sure, competitive. So we're going to need to step up and play to the best of our abilities for every game.
So obviously, with a lot of returning players, there probably aren't too many new faces in the lineup. But is there anyone that's been pretty impressive to you so far this season?
We have a freshman coming in, Ava Lincoln. She is going to have a pretty promising freshman year.
All right, sounds good. Well, good luck to you. Coach, I'll come back to you. Talked a little bit about the offense, the defense, some of the team goals. What are your goals for this season?
For me, my goal is, first off, to get through the season healthy. Last year, we had a lot of those issues and we couldn't really control them. And for the girls' sake, I'd love them to be able to just sort of see what they can achieve while they're all on the floor. Would it be nice to win a title? Absolutely. I think that's going to be our first goal, but that's going to be driven, not sort of by me. I want the girls to see what their goals are, what they want to push towards, and then how much they're willing to get after it, to do little things so we can achieve them.
And I talked a little bit about some of the returning players. There are some new players coming in. We talked a little bit about a freshman, but who has been impressive to you, whether they're a returning starter, a returning varsity player, or just a newcomer? Who's been impressive in the preseason?
Abby won't talk a lot about herself, so I'll talk about her because she'll be a 4-year varsity player. She's probably really nervously smiling right now. She's our floor general. She is an extension of the coaches on the floor. She really sets the tempo for us. She talks defensively. She started off the season last year, a game against Garrettsville, where she had 20 steals in one game. So getting her back on the floor is going to be huge. It's going to sort of allow us, excuse me, as a coaching staff to rely on the seniors to do what they know how to do and push it through towards the younger ones. She does a great job of that. Communication is something that she doesn't really have an issue with. She's more than willing to tell people where to go and when to be there. And it sort of just helps with every single person on the floor. So I'm really excited that she's back. Hopefully she can keep, improving and get, better every time we step on the floor, practices or games. And then, there's a lot of other girls that last year had to step up, and hopefully this year they can continue to make a big jump forward so they could sort of help support those seniors and, send them out on a season that they can hold their heads high and be super proud of.
And then just lastly for you, what's it going to take for this team to accomplish all of its goals?
I think for us to achieve all our goals, it's just going to come down to teamwork. Just if we can become that team, that close group team that sort of leans on each other. Not everyone's going to have a great night every night. We're going to have bad shooting nights. We're going to have nights where, someone's, mind might be somewhere else, but if we're able to be a close-knit group and lean on each other and say, hey, don't worry about it, keep playing, we got you, and we can back each other, next person up, and we can be successful, because we do have, a lot of talent, and they're going to play a lot of basketball this year. So hopefully we can, lean on each other and help support each other. And then when everything starts clicking, watch out, because we're going to have a lot of fun.
Yeah, that Valley Division is going to be fun to watch this year. So, Coach, I appreciate you and the ladies taking some time out of your day to preview the season, and I wish you the best of luck this year.
Thank you.
Thank you.